And people need you, and people like you, and people want to hear from you. At least believe in yourself. And hopefully through the grace of God, you understand who God is. But at the least, believe in yourself. So that's what the comment that I read about. I have a weird relationship with God and religions.
Yeah. Chris, I told you I go live Monday through Friday most of the time. And I spend hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 2 hours and a half. I've gone 3 hours. Same thing. And you're speaking the truth, and you're giving another layer of affirmation and confirmation about what we're dealing with. It's when we align ourselves with doing this for the right reasons, and I put right in quotation marks, but I think it's truly objective, right outside of vanity, outside of pride, outside of ego, outside of greed, all of that stuff. I do believe that when you align, you will find yourself satisfied. And whether that's doing it and making a living or doing it outside of your 9 to 5, whatever it is, you will find satisfaction, and you will find conviction and purpose. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we're all looking for. I think the world has taught us that the music industry is this rich, lavish, sexy industry. And if you don't get all of those things, you have failed. And that is absolutely not the truth, because music was designed for us to connect with other human beings. And when you say get a job, I think that's hard for people to hear. I have like 6 different streams of income. You know this, Chris.
Yep.
I do that so that I could do this, so that I can take time and do this and be a part of music. And I think that's what we all need to understand, is that if the reasoning and the alignment is there, you will find yourself satisfied. You will find yourself fed. You will find yourself giving, and the ability to give some more beyond what you thought you were capable of. And that's when you feel like you are walking in your purpose, and you don't feel stressed out about all these other things, because they kind of come into place.
Mm-hmm. That's so important to have that. It's like gasoline in the car, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to get to the destination without gas.
Right.
You don't want to put yourself in a position where you run out of gas and then you're stuck on the side of the road with nobody to help you in the middle of the night. So you got to be smart, and you got to be mature, and you can't be too emotional about the pursuit, right? It can't affect you to the point where you put your finances at jeopardy, you put your health at jeopardy, like you're not even doing the things necessary to be healthy. Like you're not sleeping, you're not eating well, you're drinking, you're smoking, you're doing all these things just for the sake of this pursuit.
Right.
And then you just wear yourself out and you can't pursue it. So you got to be healthy, not just physically, but also financially. I mean, money is an energy, right? So it's not about like, I failed, I have a job. You know what I'm saying? It's about I'm being a productive human being in society, and I'm serving. So every job you have, think about it as service. I don't care if you're waiting tables. I don't care if you're a bartender. I don't care if you're working for a CEO as his or her assistant. You're serving. So just think about that as your duty, to serve. You have to serve, because that is our birthright as human beings, is to serve. So look at that job as, this is my service, right? And I just happen to get paid for it. And through my service, I'm able to invest in my passion projects, which is writing songs and singing.
Right.
And that's simple. You're not going to be stressed out. And if you have that healthy relationship with your life and why you're doing X, Y, Z, you'll be able to endure longer without looking at the scorecard or looking at your watch and being impatient because you think you're running out of time because you just turned 45 and you ain't got nothing to show for it. You don't know when it's going to happen for you. Ask Morgan Freeman when he got his first role in his 50s. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know when your life is going to be taken from you. Aaliyah, 27. You know what I mean? You don't know why this person had success at 19 years old. Don't look at his life, Justin Bieber, and say, "Oh, I'm late." You don't know what God has in store for Justin Bieber in the next few years. You don't know why he was blessed so early. And you don't know why Morgan Freeman was blessed so late. Just run your own race. But the way to run your race without that stress of, oh my God, I'm running out of money, I don't know what to do, I'm going to have to move, is to get a job and get some money in your pocket so you can invest in the things that are fun and leisure. I don't believe, and I don't care what, anybody could go up against me on this one. But I'm speaking for all you artists because I've been around you long enough, and I am you. You guys would do it for free. If there was no ideology about there was a music business and you can make millions of dollars and the publishing and the masters and radio royalties and all that man-made world shit, I believe every single one of you, if they knew how to play an instrument and sing, you do it every day for free anyway.
I believe that.
So what are we talking about?
I believe that.
So you know how special it is to you. So don't put yourself in a position where it's not fun anymore because you're stressed out about money and you're looking at the scorecard and you're saying, this ain't making me no money. You would have done it for free anyway. So just try to put yourself in a position where you can do it for free. Now, I'm not saying you should work for free. I'm not saying you shouldn't have some type of business mind of, okay, how am I going to turn this into a business? But the safety of knowing that this is mine, regardless of who pays for it, regardless of how it's marketed, regardless of how big it becomes in the world, this is mine and I'm proud of it. And I created that. And I'm happy to share it with you. And if you listen, thank you. You don't have to listen. If you buy my ticket, thank you. You don't have to buy my ticket. But I still love what I do, and I'm going to keep on doing it because I would do it for free anyway. I really think most of y'all would still be doing it. So it's about that programming of that subconscious, whatever you were taught, right? About, oh my God, I got to get rich, I got to be famous, da, da, da. Try to reprogram yourself and get back to that purity, that naivete, that childlike spirit, and then go after it. Because that's, I think, where these artists need to be moving forward, or you guys are going to lose your mind. Because it's not going to change. It's actually going to get worse. AI is going to, this may be the saddest thing I'll say on this live. But AI is going to, I want to cry, so let me just hold my breath for a second.
Okay, we cry all the time here. We cry together every time.
AI is going to, it's going to change. Oh my God, it's so sad. It'll never be the same. The music and industry, the creation, the connection, the authenticity, it'll never be the same. AI will destroy it for good, unfortunately. And there'll be some unique moments of authenticity that will cut through. Commercially, there'll be a lot of opportunities in small pockets of communities where people will find their audience and find their tribe and be able to create opportunity on a local level, on a community level with their super fans. But in terms of commercially, the human element, the authenticity will be gone forever because of AI. And that's the unfortunate truth. And, that's when people are going to have to really understand why they were given this gift and the anointing. Because maybe God, Yahweh, as somebody says in the comments, maybe it wasn't made to be commercialized. Maybe it wasn't created to make money and get rich and famous. Maybe we went so far left with this gift that God has given humanity, that it's time for God to take it back.
So do you believe that possibly music, the way that AI is coming up now, and you're seeing them all over Spotify, and you're seeing them take over all of these things, do you, and I've called them drug dealers, but I'm saying there are going to be drugs in the street with fake music made by buttons, and the mass out there are going to consume drugs, like bad fake music, over and over and over again in the masses. I do believe that when this happens, and it's going to happen, it's something that we do need to talk about, because we cannot train or educate the ears of the public, not at the speed of where AI is going to be pumping out music. That's the first thing. The second thing is, do you believe then that the music industry is going to be taken over by AI music? Do you feel like real people with real authentic stories and songs and delivery, that it's not going to be strong enough to prevail?
I think on a commercial level,
Yes.
unless the music unless the music and artists is gate kept and supported by big companies with a lot of cash.
But why would they support if they could support AI music and they don't have to pay anybody anything?
Well, I think there's going to be a combination of all things, right? Like, just like genres. One time it was everybody was investing in rock and roll, and then everybody was investing in R&B, black music, and then all of a sudden hip hop came, and now every genre could play, hip hop, pop, alternative, R&B. I think the same is going to happen with human artists versus AI artists. I think the labels are going to have a field day investing in all kinds of properties, right? Where some they get a better upside, AI, and others they get lesser upside, but they still have to play in both arenas, because there's always going to be artists that major labels or major companies want to invest in, that they want to push out there and promote. And there's always an artist who figures it out independently and catches a moment or builds an audience, and all of a sudden has this huge fan base that the labels want to leverage off of. And then there's going to be, a lot of label created, brand created artists, and that are manipulated. Songs are written for them, the voices aren't theirs, the images you think are real aren't real. Now they're live streaming AI, so they're about to make it so good with the Google thing they're doing that you're not even going to be able to tell if it's real or fake. And that's the scary part, right? So I think that's why in real life experiences with your fans, like that super fan element of really connecting to your fans and having your fans meet you in the flesh and touch you and feel you and know that he's real, she's real. Because I could be talking to you, Jane, and you could be an AI.
People call me AI all the time.
It's going to come to the point where it's going to be that good, where I think I'm talking to Jane Lee, but in fact, I'm talking to an AI avatar, and it's done so well. So now it's going to have to be, instead of proof of work, proof of life. Like, how do I prove you're real? So I need to physically see you. And that's where the super fan, that experience of I'm in the room with him or her, and he's playing the guitar, and he's physically talking to me and selling me merch and connecting with me. Not live stream, but in real life, it's going to really have to play in for artists to make a living. And that's why community is everything. It's not about the commercializing of artistry and music. It's about building your community, however big you can, and super serving them one by one. You could get $10 from 10,000 fans a year, and you just made yourself, $100,000. And that's $1 a month. Like, If you made, I'm not talking about 10,000 streams or a million, which is very hard to do, a million streams. I'm talking about just getting 10,000 people that really believe in what you have to say, what you have to offer the world. You know what? You may not be famous, Becky. You may not be famous, Mark. That's okay. You may not be a multi-millionaire, but you got paid $100,000 because you were able to accumulate 10,000 fans over the course of 3 years, and they're all giving you $1 a month because you're just gonna give them, like, you're gonna service them with creativity. Yo, that's a win. That's better than 99.99% of humanity. I mean, you represent the top 1% if you're making $100,000 off of your music a year. So that's gratitude. So to me, that's where it's going. The idea of like, yo, I'm gonna be as big as Drake, and I'm gonna yeah, maybe in 10 years, if you keep on building your fan base, if you keep on contextualizing, if you write hit songs, because I don't care what anybody says, the music industry is still 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
Yep.
A hit song. Whether you like it or not, it's about hit songs. Now, what is a hit? I don't know, but the only person who isn't delusional is a customer. So I know what hits me, but I can't tell you what hits you. But a hit song is still the record business, right? You have a great song, magically it just moves around. People find it, they discover it, this person tells this person. So you still need great quality music. So over the course of 10 years of putting out hit songs and contextualizing your audience and super serving those fans and building content strategy and evolving as a human being and being a voice of a generation, yeah, you may end up selling 20,000 tickets, performing on big stages, doing $10 million brand deals. Who knows? But the truth is, most of the artists who pursue this career moving forward will never be as big as Katy Perry, Drake, Usher, Rihanna. It just won't happen. It's too late. So I'm telling you to focus on building your tribe. Get fans. Don't get audience, because there's a big difference between getting audience. I could get 100 million impressions of audience on one post. That doesn't mean I got any fans from it. So audience is not fans. Followers are not fans. Get fans, people who are going to spend their money and give it to you in exchange for something you're giving to them. And if you could spend every single day acquiring fans, responding to every comment, going live with your fans, sending your fans personal notes, personal greetings, personal VIP packages to unlock certain things, demos, meet and greets. If you could go physically meet your fans in real life, I promise you in 3 years, you'll acquire 10,000 fans.
Yeah.
And you know what those 10,000 fans will do? They'll be happy to pay you $10 a year. You don't even need to give them anything. You just could say, listen, I appreciate you guys, and for me to continue on my journey serving you, I just need you guys to donate $1 to me every month. That's $120,000 a year. I'll be happy to give you $1 a month for just giving me your energy for 3 years, where you got me in as a fan. It'll be my pleasure. So that's the way artists have to think about it. But I think everybody wants to get up to that plate and they want to swing for the fences. How hard is it to hit a home run? Have you ever played baseball? It ain't easy, especially when that ball is thrown at you 90 miles per hour. It ain't easy to hit a home run. But you could get on base. Get on base. Try to get a single. Maybe next time you try to wrap around that first base and get to the double. But to just swing for the fences, like, I'm an artist, I'm going to be it's good to be ambitious, right? But let's be realistic. I'm going to be the biggest star in the world. I'm going to be as big. Yeah, okay. I hope you believe that, but what steps are you going to take to get there? And you got to see the short game first. I got to acquire fans. Start with 1,000, then get to 10,000. If you can then get to 10,000, try to get 100,000 fans who are really aligned with your story, with your persona, and want to support you as you evolve. And now to me, you have a sustainable career, but everybody's trying to swing for the fences. They're trying to go viral on every song they put out. And it's just like, come on, well, who are you kidding? I didn't even see your content because I'm distracted by so many other things happening in the world that I can't even pay attention to this new artist that just dropped on Friday.
You know that we've been talking for an hour and a half?
We can keep on going. I got to charge my phone.
I'm just like, do you know that we've been talking for an hour and a half?
Yeah, because this is great. Anybody got some questions for us in the audience?
Yeah, so let's open it up. We have a lot of people here. If you have questions for Chris, please put them below, and I will try my best to kind of go through it and give you the questions so you don't feel so overwhelmed, Chris, because there's a lot of people I know they're thinking, they're typing right now. What are the most important things you teach at LAMP?
Well, it's artist development at the highest level. So we teach, one, collaboration. A lot of artists don't really have the opportunity to collaborate, go into the studio, work with producers, engineers, co-writers. A lot of people never co-written a song with anybody. They're like DIY artists, musicians. So we, in our first trimester, we really want to teach you how to collaborate, how to go in the studio, how to set up a rig, how to set up your session, how to work in a setting where you're being pushed creatively with other people in the room, whether you like them or not, or whether you get along with them or not. You're going to have to learn how to collaborate with all kinds of personalities because we have 15 studios where every week you're tasked with working with a different creative. Then you're also going to learn how to DIY record if you don't already know, right? Like as an artist, you should all know how to record your own vocals. You should all know as artists how to set up your own drive, load up your instrumental, record your own vocals, comp your own vocals.
Yes.
And performance training, right? Learning how to perform these songs you wrote, learning how to rehearse, learning how to perform and sing. Because a lot of people know how to sing in the studio, but they don't know how to sing live. There's a big difference. How to train your voice to sing in the studio and to sing live. And then obviously how to play instruments, guitar or piano. On top of that, we have mentors come in twice a month at least to give you their own, technical expertise on their field of experience. So it could be a mix engineer, it could be a producer, like a Benny Blanco, Tricky. It could be a music manager, like Billie Eilish's manager. It could be a major publisher who runs Rock Nation Publishing or Universal. So these are the things we do over the course of 9 months. And it's almost like Berkeley condensed in 9 months for people who are really trying to take it serious.
Yep.
Like, I know I want to be in the music industry. I've been to college, or I decided I'm not going to a 4-year university. I'm getting straight into it. I want to get in the studio, record, enhance my craft, and get out into the world. That's what we do.
Awesome. There's like 9 million questions. I'm sorry. Any advice for indie baby managers? Any advice for them?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I tell every manager of any young developing manager, right? Look your artist in the eye and ask them all the hard questions. Some of the questions I've asked today, like, how bad do you really want this? Why are we doing this? Why are we in the training together? Because if that's your only client and you're relying on that, and I call artists horses because you gotta be a horse in a race, right? You gotta get to the finish line. Why are we running this race together? Because I only get compensated if you get to the finish line or if you succeed. And if you don't make money, I don't make money. So as a manager, you're in a very vulnerable position because you're relying on somebody else and their work ethic, their destiny and their karma to determine whether or not you make a living. So I wouldn't put all your eggs into that basket. Again, that's a passion project, but it's not a job until it starts earning you money. So as a young indie baby manager, I would advise yourself to find some source of income that pays your bills. So your pursuit of managing this artist isn't stressful because the manager can't be stressed out. the artist is already stressed out. So the manager has to be calm, collected, and in a safe space where they can manage you effectively, and you're not safe if you ain't got no money. So every manager should have some source of income to basically offset the losses they're going to have as a manager. And then in terms of networking, right? You, unless you are the label and the artist is like your business partner, I want every indie baby manager to know that you're not responsible for anything that happens with that artist. So don't put too much on your shoulder. Don't carry too much weight. You're getting 15%, 20%. You are an employee of your client, right? Your client is the CEO of their company. They employed you as a general manager, and they're supposed to give you tasks to do, not vice versa. So every artist is always yelling at their manager, like, what are you doing for me? What are you bringing for me? And I'm like, what are you doing for me? What are you giving me to manage? Like, there's got to be something for you to manage. Of course, you could hustle and pick up the phone and call agents and labels and all those people, but that's a waste of your time. Your only effort should be marketing your artist and trying to acquire fans. And a lot of that is going to have to be done by the artist. And then you're going to have to manage the results of what comes from that activity. So I wouldn't be so hard on myself as a manager if I'm only taking 15 to 20%. And I also think a lot of managers are not in healthy positions with artists, because I don't really think artists need managers until they're in a position where they're earning some money and there's something to manage. It's kind of like the ego, like, oh, I need a manager. No, you don't. Pick up the phone, Google, go on ChatGPT, learn and research the business. You don't need a manager. You need an assistant. And you need somebody that you want to pay to work for you because you're lazy to do it yourself. But what's a manager going to do for you when you ain't got nothing going on, right? You think they're just going to make things happen out of nothing? The artist has more control and plays more of a role in what happens than ever before. Managers can't make it happen. Record companies can't make it happen. You got artists who are signed to major management companies and they can't get arrested. They can't get any streams. You got artists who are signed to major music companies that have $1 million behind them. They can't get arrested. They can't get any streams because the artist doesn't know who they are. They're not making the music that's connecting. They're not doing the work on their own to contextualize. So yeah, first things first, I would make sure as a manager, the artist I'm betting on is a self-starter and is literally going to do everything they can to make sure they're heard and they're acquiring fans. And then I'll just basically bring what I know, whatever I know, because some managers know a lot, some managers know not much, to the table to help them expand on what they're already doing. But I think the manager-artist relationship is very toxic, and I think artists are almost too codependent on managers, and I think it's a failed system, and it needs to change and evolve.
If you were to, let's say, if you were to be able to change it, what would it look like?
I would say honestly, there ain't gonna be no kind of 3-year relationship. If you want me to manage you, I'm your business partner. We started a company, and the company is called Rihanna Inc. And everything that goes into that pot, you don't have to give me 50%, but I need at least 30. You got to give me something, because the sweat equity that managers put in to develop talent, they don't see the benefit of it for 3 to 5 years. So then after your 3-year contract, you want to fire me? So you mean to tell me I worked for free for 3 years so somebody else could benefit off of the hard work, and the agents get paid and the lawyers get paid and everybody gets paid, and I'm the one who was there with you from the beginning? So yeah, I'm telling managers now, if your artist needs your services, then y'all should start a company together, and you guys should be business partners. Yeah, I don't need 50% of the company, but I'm taking at least 30, because I'm worth at least 30% of all the wealth that company builds based on my, the work I put in. And it's just that simple. Like, it should be illegal. Where else do people work for free? So you'll pay the lawyer $100 an hour. You'll pay the accountant $100 an hour. You'll pay the freaking therapist $100 an hour. But I'm working for you every single day, and you want me to rely on 15%, 20%, and I only get paid when you get paid? and in most cases you never get paid because everybody gets paid before you, no, that should be illegal. Because I'm working not as hard as you, but I'm working just as hard as you. And I gotta wait, and then all of a sudden you get cold feet down the road and you're saying, oh, I'm not sure. I don't know if I want you to manage me because you're my mother. Or I don't know if I want you to manage me because you're my best friend. Oh, I think Scooter Braun could do a better job with me. And he just called me. I don't need you anymore. And you just kick me to the curb? No, you can't do that. We're in contract with business partners. And I own 30% of the business. That includes your name and likeness for at least 1 or 2 albums. I'm not saying you have to sign a relationship with your manager where he or she has a piece of every business you do, but you're going to make some type of deal where the first 2 albums or the first 3 albums end that cycle. So anything that happens in that album cycle of 18 months to 24 months, which is what we call an album cycle. Any touring, any merchandise deals, any brand opportunities, any publishing income, anything that happens on the master on those first 2 or 3 album cycles, I have a 30% business partnership in. After those first 2 or 3 album cycles, my percentage, the business, start a new business. But that particular entity, I own my 30%. That's the way it should be with managers moving forward. Or just don't have a manager. And if any artist thinks that's unfair, then do it yourself. Because you should. You could. But if you need my expertise, Jane's expertise, Indie Baby Manager's expertise, then you got to compensate them for that.
But I think that you have to be at a certain place to be able to do that in the first place. Because
who has to be at a certain place?
No, I'm saying like in general, the artist has to be at a certain place for there to be something to manage.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, to me, every artist wants a manager. I need a manager. I'm like, no.
It's a business. If you're saying that it needs to be a business, and you're coming into it as a partnership, there has to be something to manage in order for this partnership to work.
There has to be something to manage, but that's why I said a lot of it's ego. Oh, I got to manage. And I've seen a lot of artists, my lawyer, my manager, and they feel so like entitled, like, talk to my lawyer, talk to my manager. I said, I don't want to talk to your manager, I want to talk to you. Right. Oh, I'm like, no, I want to talk to you. Right. This is your business. You're the CEO, right? In all my years of signing talent, developing talent, I always communicate directly to the artist. That's why I have a dear relationship with all my artists. I don't talk to the managers or the agents or the lawyers. I'm like, why am I talking to your lawyer? Right. Oh, because what? I'm trying to connect to you as an artist. Right. I'm trying to work with you, and you want me to talk to your manager? Like, no, I'm trying to talk to you. So I think that's really it. Like, an artist doesn't need management until there's something to manage. And every artist should be desiring to build these conversations directly with the people who want to invest with them.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
Let me get a charger. You have a charger? I just think real quick, I want to find it better. If anybody got a charger, no, for an iPhone. The old one.
Any advice for building our super fans and connecting with them directly?
There's so many ways to build. You got certain platforms like Patreon, that's one, but there's all these new companies who are doing super fan. Thank you so much.
Is that the right thing?
Oh yeah, this is perfect. There's so many fans we could do. Oh no, this is the old. Oh, it's actually the new one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to plug in my phone. Oh, thank you. Love y'all. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm just charging my phone, guy. I'm making sure I don't get hung up on. Don't get me in this view.
I put myself in that view all the time when I want to be remembered. You know, like
okay.
On my post, when I talk to them, it's like they like the double chin look.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Why is this not working?
He disappeared, everybody. Disappeared. Where'd he go?
Okay. Yeah, so super fans. Yes. So what was the question,
basically,
Jane?
like, how do you go about building your roster of super fans? What are some tips and advice, like in the beginning stages?
Well, first and foremost, every time somebody follows you, reach out to them and send them a note. First and foremost, right? Listen, if you see a new follower, reach out to them and send them a private message directed towards them. 2, find a way to start some type of ecosystem where you harvest them. Like I started a fan club or I started the Beehive. I would love for all my dearest fans, because just because they're following you doesn't mean they're fans.
Right.
Maybe they're following you just to take some tips to steal from you or because they're haters. You never know why people follow each other, right? But you got to engage them to do something, like join my super fan community here. Sign up here at this newsletter, and now you got them. And now you have to create a system to keep them engaged, right? And service them with content that's exclusive to them, with songs that are exclusive to them, with access that is unique to them, with opportunities that only they get that the other followers who didn't join this super fan club don't get.
Exclusivity.
And once they feel, once again, that you're a trusted brand, because it's all about building trust. A brand is a promise to your consumer.
Yes.
And over the course of time, that promise is consistent, builds trust. So once again, with super fans, it's about building trust. Once those few fans realize that this person is actually doing what they said, and I actually got that t-shirt. I actually got a phone call from her. I actually got to send her a DM, and she sent me a response, and I actually got to meet her at that meet and greet. They'll tell other people.
Right.
Because every fan wants to be first. Like, oh my God, I just discovered Billie Eilish. Oh, I just met her. And they start evangelizing for you. And that's your best marketing. So to me, it's about gathering those super fans and serving them to the best of your ability with exclusive access to multiple things and getting them to trust you so they then bring other people into the ride. And it just compounds from there. It really, it's like magic, but it actually does happen.
It does.
A brand is a
That
promise.
compound interest is a real thing.
Bro, it's real. You just got, if you don't believe it, just try it. I mean, it's real. This is why they call it compound interest. It actually works.
It does. It really does. And that's why I encourage them to go live like this. And that's why I told you should go live.
Well, this is fantastic. 100 people in here. We've been here for an hour and a half.
Why do you not go live? Like, he's like, well, I don't know. And, here's the thing is that it's unedited, raw. You can't fix anything. You can't edit anything. It's the way it is. It's the truth. And so I feel like you should go live.
Okay, well, we're going to go live once a month. Let's go. I'm a fish. Can I be the indie data?
No.
You the indie mama, I'll be the indie dada. And those are the indie babies.
No, but like you really should. You really should. Honestly, you should go live because people like you don't need to be edited.
Word.
You don't need to be edited. Okay, first of all.
Don't edit. Listen, I be telling, I got my head of social media and head of content, and they be trying to edit sometimes what I say to make it sound a certain way where like the good parts are in the beginning of the conversation. And
yes.
I say don't edit me.
Like
I want my flow of conscious to be exactly the way I said it. Even if I was, I want people to know that I am authentic. I'm not trying to trick you for a click. I just want to give you the information as best as possible and deliver it with as fluid energy as possible without. So
you need to go live. I know we talked about the podcast. I know you and I have talked about some things, but we can start with going live and doing these talks.
I love it. This has been such an incredible experience. I want to keep it going.
Okay. Well you said this on live. Everybody heard you. 100 people heard you. So, It's my pleasure. I can do this every month. Well, so anybody, it makes a huge difference going live. There's a lot of, they're going to keep you here forever, honestly. Like,
let's go. As long as you got time, I got time.
But honestly, I do want to address something about doing this for free. Now,
Okay,
I want to clarify, and I will do it on your behalf because I know what
Okay.
you're trying to say, and I think there's some kind of misunderstanding with that. Chris is not telling you that you should be doing your music for free and you should not get paid for the services or for the music that you make. What he's trying to say is, would you be doing it for free anyways? And if that is the case, your why statement and your purpose lies far beyond you making a living or making a lot of money or becoming famous. That's what he means. So it's
Thank
not
you.
that he's saying that you need to not do it for money. He's saying that you're gonna do it anyways because it's a part of your spirit and it's a part of who you are. And so you're going to be propelled by that purpose, not by the goal of trying to make a lot of money. I just want to
Thank you. That is very clear. That's truly what I meant by
Yes.
saying that. Like the truth is, I would do it for free.
I would too.
Like
I kind of
this
do.
right here. Like I have a job, okay, and one job is being a dad. That's not even a job. That's not a livelihood. But it's you got to plan that, right? It's time consuming. But I have a job. I run a music academy, and this is my passion: is serving people like yourselves. I do this for free every single day of the week. I don't need anything. I tell people, if you want to call me, people DM me on Instagram. I'm like, what's your number? And out of the blue, I'll just call them. They're like, there's no way you just called me. I'm like, yeah. I'm driving to pick up my son, or I'm dropping off my son to school, and I got 40 minutes in the car. What's up?
You're
Shoot.
saying that your finger is on your mic.
My fingers
There
on my
we go. That's better.
Yeah. So basically, like, I would literally do this for free. This is my dream.
I know you
Is to
do.
serve you guys. This is my music. This is my music. Like, this is my songwriting, is to serve you guys and give you guys information and wisdom and mentorship and coaching and all that stuff. So I'd literally do this for free every single day. I'd never charge you. Anybody who ever DM me and said, what do you charge for mentoring, for coaching? I said, I don't. I don't do it for money. I do it as a service. And this is the greatest gift I've ever given to myself, is to serve you. And God has always given me everything I needed. I live an abundant life before I ever made a dollar. So to me, that's what Jane said, to clarify it. It's about, like, this is our purpose.
Yes.
Is to sing and write and put out song. It's not there for you to the drive shouldn't be like, I want to get rich and famous. It should be like, I gotta get it out. I gotta heal people. I gotta inspire the world. And whatever comes from this offering, thank God. But I'm not looking for anything but to serve. Just think about that that selflessness for 1 second in your life. Just think about that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with doing something just to serve? What's wrong with that? With no desire for commerce. What's wrong with that? What greater thing to do is the greatest gift and anointing God could give human is song and the ability to write and sing. And imagine if you had that gift, I would do it just to serve.
Right.
It's about purpose all the way, like
Well,
Hamana
here's the
Music
thing,
said.
and I do want to say this. Chris, you and I, we held hands before our meal.
We said a prayer.
We said a prayer for the music industry, for each other, and for the indie babies, and for everybody that we are trying to serve. And before we ate, we prayed. We literally prayed. Oh. We did. We prayed. We prayed over you guys, and we prayed for one another. And then, our conversation was solely based upon what we need to do to serve the people in our communities. And I hope that you also understand, when we're saying that to you and about your fans, it's not that they're there to serve you. You are there to connect with them and serve them, in return, make their lives filled with more healing, more purpose, and they feel connected to your world. That's your community. It's not that they're there to pay you the $10. And when your mindset is not on that and it's on serving them, That's when people are going to continue to want to come to you. Just like you guys are here with me every single day. And that's why you're here. It's not because I'm trying to pull something out of you and saying, yeah, you're fan number 32. Welcome. That's not it. It's about serving and it's about giving your music. And yes, conversion is not aggressive. It's not forced. It's an invitation and it's a warmth. It's a request. And then when they do decide to come to you, it's your job to love them through your music, through your connection, through your live recordings, through your live shows, etc. And that's how that continues to build. So that's what we're talking about. I just hope that's clear. Superfan. Everyone talks about superfans. Take care of fan number 1. Take care of fan number 1. Like, are you even doing that? Can you take care of one person?
They probably aren't.
And that's the thing, is you want 10,000, 100,000, million people listening to yours, and you won't even take care of one person that has liked your last 18 posts and that has DM'd you 8 times.
Wow, that's real, Jane.
And
are you taking care of fan number 1?
It's your posture. It's your heart. Your heart is saying, I don't care about that one person. When it's actually everybody started on getting fan number 1. They were faithful with fan number 1, and we won't even do that. And then complain that we can't. So I think we just need to check ourselves. We need to check ourselves and say, are we doing this with humility? And are we doing this with the right mindset and the right perspective? And do we really want to share our music for the right reasons? And if so, we need to appreciate and we need to care and have a relationship with these people that want your music, that need your music, and that eventually will want to pay for this. Fan number 1, be faithful.
That's real. How do y'all respond to that? Because that's true. I see a lot of artists are not engaging in the comments. They're not liking every comment. They're not responding to every comment. There's tons of people that follow them. They don't engage back. They're only waiting for the big follows, the ones with the blue check, for the artists or the brands. And they're always wishing somebody happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Beyonce. But why don't you say happy birthday to one of your followers?
Oh, my God.
Why don't you do the research and figure out when your followers' birthdays are? And why don't you take the time to connect to them individually? You know what I'm saying? And you don't even know the woman, but you just want to get clout, right? That's what I'm talking about, like connect.
That's what I'm saying. And so like we're talking about networking and everyone's like, oh, I'm going to DM Jay-Z. I'm going to DM Guru. And it's like, guys, you have sideways. Look at your colleague. Look at the people around you. Some of them are going to be there. Like, and that's not even the reason why we network. We network because music is supposed to be a collaborative. We're supposed to do it with other people. We're supposed to do it with other people. We're supposed to fight with other people. We're supposed to cry with other people. We're supposed to build with other people. That's what music is. So network to the side. It's you know what it is, Chris? It's this issue of
network
humility.
Across, exactly.
You know, it's like, it's humility. Like, we feel like we're either too good for people, or we're too good for that one fan, or we don't feel like we're good enough, and then we don't do anything. So there's that. And so when you said, take a look in the mirror, I say that all the time. Look in the mirror. Like, look at you. You're breathing. You woke up today. You have the opportunity to give joy to others and to give, and also feel joy and peace today. And so you're looking, that's powerful.
Power. People don't understand it.
Powerful. And so if we keep wondering about what we don't have and what we didn't achieve, and the people that don't want to answer our DMs, instead of, people are right there in front of you. They're right in front of you. They're in your phone. All you have to do is understand that you take care of the people here right now. If you want to do music right now, take care of the people right now so that you can do it tomorrow.
That's exactly right. It's the long game. It's about
It is.
understanding how to see the forest through that tree. Seeing the forest through that tree that you're sitting on, that stump, and just seeing the potential of how far you could go if you just continue on. Every time you stop in front of a tree, give grace, and then keep on moving down that forest until you'll never get to the end of the forest because it's endless with trees, but every tree counts.
Yes.
Every tree is a follower, and those are your roots. Those are the roots of the big forest that you're going to end up seeing in this journey. And you gotta give grace to every root, which is that fan. And people don't understand that. Yeah, I don't care if 10 people showed up, perform like there's 10,000.
That's right.
And talk to every single one of those fans for 2 hours after the show. Even if you're tired,
compound
because
interest, right?
they're going to remember
Compound interest.
that thing really works. I mean, I've seen it firsthand with artists I've managed. And listen, I paid my dues when it comes to being a manager and developing talent as an A&R executive. I was literally like carrying the equipment, plugging in the guitars, holding the flashlight, driving the van. I've seen it all, and I've seen magic happen before my eyes. One artist particular, her name is Leon, and I discovered her at 0. And we ended up doing about 2 billion streams over the course of her career. She's headlined 7 national tours. She's performed at Coachella. But when I discovered Leon, she was 10,000 streams on SoundCloud.
Wow.
And I remember the first show we booked in 2015, 20 people. Baby's All Right, New York. Okay, she performed, and she spent 2 hours.
Wow.
We had a pizza party for those 20 people.
Wow.
She connected with all of them. It was beautiful. I was excited just to see her in America because she's from Stockholm, Sweden. 6 months later, Baby's All Right, sold out. 200 people.
Wow.
Okay? Same market. 6 months later, 3rd tour. Bowery Ballroom, 600 people,
Wow.
sold out. A year later, Brooklyn Bowl, 1,800 people, sold out.
Wow.
And every single time she went into that market, we had some type of after show where anybody who wanted to stay along was invited. And she connected with every single person. I'm telling you, 5 hours of meet and greets. And those people must have told 2 people each, because when that 600 crowd at the Bowery Ballroom turns into 1,800 people at Brooklyn Bowl, did that mean something happened, right? Those 600 people felt some type of connection where they knew when they went back to see her 6 months later, they were going to bring 2 friends each.
Wow.
After Brooklyn Bowl, Terminal 5, 3,500 people.
Wow.
A year after that, the last year, she sold out Radio City Music Hall. Now, I'm saying this to say it compounds. I remember when Leon was performing in front of 20 people at Brooklyn's Baby's All Right. And I just knew that, and it took us 7 years.
Yep.
And she ended up selling her catalog for about $4 million.
Wow.
She did about 2 billion streams. She's now kind of retired at 32 years old.
Wow.
And she lives in Stockholm, and she's a multimillionaire. And she just paid her dues over the course of 7 years.
Wow.
But it took us 7 years. I started managing her in 2015.
Wow.
And I stopped managing her in 2022. Wow. And that was a 7-year grind of artist development. She must have did 9 headline tours, but she always connected with her super fans through meet and greets. And it just compounded. The girl's never been on the radio. never lived in America,
Wow.
has 2 billion streams globally across her catalog, and she's built a very substantial career starting at zero. So it can happen, but you have to go out there and see the forest through the trees and connect with all those early fans and spend the time and service them. And it actually does work out, but it takes honestly 3 to 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. And if you have that stomach to endure, you'll be very surprised by the gifts you run into, because you will be rewarded.
Wow, I didn't know you were with Leon. Wow.
Yeah, Leon. You guys can look her up. Her name is Leon. She has a hyphen in the E, and she's a sweet. Her name and